Hello, good morning from this side of the world. Um, Thank you very much for joining this live session. I want to welcome you specially for being part of our progress as we strive to um, educate ourselves. Um, my name is Pharmacist Cousin Abdiganil. Um, I'm also known as the on-air pharmacist, and I'll be taking us through um, our intervention, social behavioral change intervention, with specifics on smoking cessation today. Um, I want to say that this session is in response to the growing menace of tobacco smoking among people, and from our findings that a lot of people have attempted quitting smoking, but a lot of time without support, especially in this part of Africa, Nigeria, where we have over 11 million smokers documented um, in literatures, and it's been found that only 5% have access to smoking cessation support, even when they try to go to quit smoking. So we have like five modules that we're doing on this particular course, and the five modules. I'm going to start the first module today, and our focus for the first module is on the science behind smoking and why it is difficult for people to actually quit smoking. So it's important that if you have to support someone that is trying or struggling to quit smoking, then we might have to also understand what they go through, why is it difficult for them to quit smoking. So without having to waste time, I will just go to my slide that I prepared for this session. I'll go to my slide that I've prepared for this session. Just a little bit of okay. Okay, I want to believe that my screen is quite visible now. So the module one talks about understanding tobacco use and addiction. This is, like I said, the smoking cessation support program. A lot of time, you would find people smoking, but without being judgmental, there are factors, there are issues that make them to smoke. One of the reasons is the tobacco and the biological factor, wherein you have people getting to smoke because of the reward system that the tobacco gave them or gives them whenever they do smoke. The other reason is psychological factors. A lot of people became smokers because of stress, because they feel that when they do smoke, um, the stress is being relieved because of trying to keep boredom for some persons. And of course, in the process, it becomes an habit for some of them. So you agree with me that something you started by accident and then it continues that way, becomes an habit, and particularly because of the feelings they get from smoking. Now, social factors is also a part of them, where people of same class or same category, peers, friends, get together and then influence each other in a negative way by extending their own habit of smoking to others around them. And also, there are also cultural norms. There are possibilities that there will be some cultural norms that will make people, to want to test smoking in some sense, or want to extend that kind of habits to other persons around them. And of course, the menace of continuous advertisement of tobacco in Africa, in every part of the world, brings the appeal to people, especially people growing up the younger age. They get to see some of these advertisements and they want to explore, they want to go on adventure. In trying to be adventurous, they get to start smoking accidentally and it becomes an habit for them. Then there's also situational triggers. So some persons have made it a point of duty that whenever they feed, whenever they just finish eating, they get to smoke afterwards. Social events also trigger it, and then for some persons, a morning routine. So now, when we say biological factors, how the nicotine affect the brain, it makes it difficult for people to want to quit smoking. So now, when you take cigarette, there's dopamine and nicotine that is released from the cigarette, and that stimulates the release of dopamine, a pleasure hormone in the brain, and they call it the happy hormone too. So you get to feel a cycle of pleasure, and then once the pleasure is weared off, you want to crave for more, for more of those. And after some time, you are not being able to take it or you are not taking it. There's this withdrawal craving that comes, and then that cycle repeats over time until you can no longer stop smoking. So over time, the brain become becomes addicted or become dependent on the level of nicotine one smokes until it requires you to even take a higher dose of it just to get the similar effect. And that makes smokers go from one stick to two stick to 10 stick and to even more. So there's a level of dependence that makes it look like you need to take more to get the same feeling. Now, of course, this I've said in the past slide. So in just 10 seconds, nicotine enters the blood. It triggers the release of dopamine. It makes you crave for more. And then, of course, when you stop taking, you are anxious. You become anxious. You become irritable. You become restless because you want to take more. And the health risk of this is very important to us. Basically, we are not just only telling people to stop smoking because we want to just tell them that, but we're telling them because we know that it's a very big issue around it, particularly health risk that is involved. So on the short time, there's increased heart rate, and then there's bad breath that comes with taking cigarette. Of course, the lung function also reduced in a lot of person that takes it. So, and of course, in the long time, you have issues around lung cancer, maybe heart disease, COPD, as the case may be. And of course, people that are around smokers, they are even at a higher risk of becoming having lung disease and heart disease, as the case may be. So I would also say that beyond the health risk, there are myths around quitting smoking that a lot of people head on to, and it makes it difficult for them to quit smoking. One of them is to say that the only way you can actually quit smoking is to just take it off abruptly, immediately, without having to think about it. This has been said to be an unsuccessful way of quitting smoking. It is called cold turkey quitting. It is unsuccessful because most of the time there will be a rebound, there will be a withdrawal symptom, there will be higher craving for that nicotine, for the tobacco itself. Uh, the fact definitely is to say that if you want us to quit smoking, beyond removing you're stopping the smoking itself, you have to follow it up with behavioral support that we are trying to build up right now. And then you probably would need to even take medication to double the success rate of you quitting that smoking. Another myth that people have heard on to is the fact that vaping, electronic cigarette, it's a safer alternative to smoking. Um, the fact still remains that, yeah, vaping or e-cigarette, as the case may be, it still contains some harmful chemicals to that also makes it also dangerous to our system. So it is not a lesser evil as we may admit. Um, so how our body heals after quitting. Now, this particular stride should interest you or motivate you to want to quit smoking. It will interest you to know that in 20 minutes of of stopping cigarette smoking, the heart rate normalizes. 24 hours after, the carbon monoxide level drops. And even after 1 year of taking, the risk reduces by half. Heart disease reduced by half. And in 10 years, there's significant reduction in the risk of having lung cancer as a result of smoking. Now, the next step involving smoking cessation, personally, you will need to identify what triggers your smoking, what triggers smoking for you, and choose a method that would help you to gradually reduce or replace nicotine in your system. And of course, seek support from from support groups for motivation and guidance. This is what we are trying to do. So if you are willing to be part of the support group, you could just do a message to us, and then would add you to our growing support group where members have attempted or quitting smoking in the past, and we're supporting them to quit smoking with our daily activities that we have on the group. For example, we have what we call the Monday motivation, Tuesday trick to quitting, and the rest like that we've always had. So we'll prepare you for withdrawal, and then we'll put you on a strategy that will sustain your quitting. So this is a this is a support for you as these are support for you as a group, and we look forward to your further engagement, and we look forward to helping you more. Without having to waste the time, I'll see you again in the next module. Thank you very much, and have a great day.